to talk to you. Say hello, everybody. Say hello. Say hi. Oh, we ain't ready yet. Sorry, we only 5 months. One day. All right. Say hey.
Dwyane, as much as tonight was about you, you really wanted to make it about your teammates and share it with your family, the moments with Zaire. Just why did you want to go and include everyone else on your night?
Yeah, because I don't have a night like tonight without everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, I've always told everybody, I mean, maybe my mentality is different, but I don't have the one last dance. I don't have the success in my life, period, without team. You know, whether it's my basketball team, whether it's my family team, whether it's my business team. So I understand that, and you know, my teammates was so gracious this year, man, by allowing me to go and do all these things, and you know, and not feel a way about it. So I appreciate them, and I wanted to recognize them and honor them, you know, for that.
Dwyane, I think I spoke with everyone in your family except for obviously your youngest daughter and maybe your youngest son, but they all were emotional wreck. How were you able, as Coach Spo said, keep your ish together tonight?
I've been able to do that it's a gift that God has given me, you know, to be able to focus on the task at hand. Tonight, I almost lost it a few times. I almost got, you know, the video when Zaire did the same thing I did in the Converse commercial years ago. That almost got me. If I didn't have a game to play, y'all would have seen a different Dwyane today. But, you know, that's been one of the things that I'm so lucky that I've been able to have, is to be able to focus on what I need to focus on in that moment and block everything else out. You like that, huh? Yeah, your daddy clean. Yeah, I'm clean. Yeah. Yeah, let him know. Let him know, Kyle.
Three, when you talk about blocking everything out and everything, there were so many everythings, part of everything tonight. President Obama sent a video, Zaire recreating Robbins, on and on. I mean, the minutes with UD, Gab slapping you after a three. You banked in 2 threes. At what point did this feel like an out-of-body experience, some sort of surreal, were you able to keep track of everything that was happening, too?
I was not able to keep track of everything. You know, they're going to send me all the videos and everything so I can recap. It probably started from the starting lineup. I ain't started in about 2 years. That was out-of-body experience for me, especially here, yeah. I haven't ran around. When I was running around doing my thing, I haven't done it in so long. So, you know, everything started to seem different, you know, at that moment. And it just, you know, it continued for sure throughout the whole night.
Dwyane, when do you plan the leap on the scores table, and kind of take us through that, you know, the minor slip, and then
yeah, it was 3 leaps. I just, you know, I wanted to keep it with number 3. You see how I turned a negative into a positive that fast? Life lessons, Kav. Yeah, you know, just, you know, my last words, you know, is you say so much, but for me, I think the moment when I jumped up on the scores table back in 2009, yeah, somewhere around there. You know, that was really the moment where, you know, this really became Wade County. This really became my house. And, you know, that's the way I wanted to end it. So I ended in DWade fashion, falling, slipping, but getting right back up. Probably on Shackton the Fool, too, but it's all good.
Dwyane, when you found out that the season was pretty much over, finding out that, you know, Detroit won as well as Charlotte, just those emotions that came over you, knowing that you probably wanted to still, maybe not for this to be your last home game, maybe, you know, the playoffs, you know.
Yeah. You know, coming into the game in the beginning of the game, obviously the focus was on let's take care of our business, and we'll worry about everything later. But obviously going into at the end of the third, when Coach came to me and, you know, and told me it was about getting me and UD on the court, and I was like, let's start the fourth quarter together. And then so that at that moment, I just want to enjoy it a little bit more, just a little bit longer. I love playing out there. I love playing on that court. I love wearing that jersey. So it was just a great feeling. It was great to be able to end that last one with my brother, you know. You know, wouldn't want it any other way. Okay, no, you ain't about to. All right. I wouldn't want it any other way. So, you know, but I was just trying to have fun. Got a couple shots to fall, got the crowd into it. So it was cool.
Dwyane, just making sure for sure. Are you still planning on playing in Brooklyn tomorrow?
Yeah, I plan on playing.
Okay.
I don't know how much though. I don't. Tonight was my one last dance. Tomorrow obviously we got another game, and we gonna have a lot of fans there.
Right.
A lot of love. I almost hurt myself on that fall. I ain't gonna lie to you. My knee, see how my knee respond.
And
I'm too old to be falling like that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. This year's obviously there's been a lot of talk about the jerseys this year, and tonight you not only did you give your whole team jerseys, and you did it with your son, you also, I think, honored Henry Thomas too. I was just curious what went into that, especially with Henry, and also what are you going to do with all the jerseys now that this is basically done?
She said I can't put it up around the house. She's speaking for her mama who's not in here. The jersey with my teammates was something that I wanted to do all year. I was just waiting for the right time, and I knew the last game would be, as you guys heard me in the beginning of it. I appreciate them, for this, and I'm changing jerseys with all these guys that I don't really, spend every day with, and I got a couple. Hey, so what's up with me? You don't even know, dude. So I was planning something for that, but for me, when I thought about what jersey I'm gonna hold up, this season for me was dedicated to my agent. Was dedicated to Hank, and that jersey at the end was it was Miami 3 on the front, and it was Hank number 11 on the back, his number as well. So I just wanted to represent him. As we've tried to do all year, we've tried to carry ourselves, do things the way that we know he would approve of, and I know he's up there shaking his head, biting his lip, biting his tongue. And he's proud, so just wanted to continue that.
Dwyane, how do you replace this?
You don't. I remember I talked to MJ, years ago. Bless you, mama. Bless you, mama. 3 times. Okay, here we go. WNBA number 3. You can't replace this. I remember talking to MJ, about it, and you got to find other ways to obviously be competitive and throw that competitive nature into, but 20,000, millions of fans around the world, just seeing people on a regular, normal day walking down the street in Wade jerseys and, hitting game-winning shots and, being in the locker room, traveling with the guys, being on the plane, everything. You don't replace this. That's why you see a lot of guys jumping, not me. That's why you see a lot of guys jumping into the big 3 and getting back into it. They're like, I'm going to get some locker room. Because you missed this. You can't replace this, and I won't try. But the next thing I do, or whatever else I'm doing, I would try to put more into it, put my all into it like I've done this game.
Dwyane, just curious, how hard was that drive to the arena earlier today, putting on the jersey for the last time?
It wasn't hard. To me, it's like, everything I've done has led up to this moment. It's like all the body of work, all the injuries, all the surgeries, all the tough times. It led up to this moment, man. I couldn't have asked for a better ending, to my last game, in this arena, to my last season. Like I told everybody, for some reason, Kobe set this incredible bar that your last game you got to score 60. I don't know why everybody think everybody's going to do that. But I told everybody I'm going to go out, in DWade fashion. And I think this year I did. I went out the way that I can, and the way that, my fans and, my supporters, they saw fit for me. So I'm thankful for it. So the drive was cool. It was just a normal drive in. I've had cameras in my face all day, so I had a couple cameras, right there. But I just try to do what I normally would do because I had a game to prepare for.
Dwyane, was there ever a moment before the game or before you come to the arena where you have a moment to yourself to kind of reflect that this is your final home game?
Yeah. I had a moment. It was around 11:30 noon today. Once, I got up and ate breakfast with the family, hung out with this one for a little while, and I went back upstairs and had a moment to myself. And I had a moment to talk and say the things I needed to say to the man above, and just, to thank him for this opportunity, for this platform, for this ability. And I may have got a little wet in the eyes, but no one's seen it.
Dwyane, I remember when you first came in, Zaire was a little bit older than her. And then today...
Let me have her off real quick.
You got it.
I know when she's about to explode. I'll be right up here. Okay, all right.
And now to have in your last home game, you know, Zaire with the announcement, Zion with the message, your nephew with the message, and having her courtside there. What does that all mean to you? Because being a father has been part of your narrative, your legacy as well.
Yeah, well, it was important. I think the thing that I was, excited about is I was able to have all my kids here today. From obviously Kaf, to be able to have our blessing born. This year would have been my last year. Her getting old enough to come out, she turned 5 months on Sunday. So for her to be here, my son Xavier, my 5-year-old, for him to be here, for him to come in from LA to be here, for my 11-year-old and my 17-year-old, all my kids, they was all here, and that for me, it meant a lot. It meant more than playing the game. It meant more than everything else. I was just glad that they got opportunity to, even though she don't understand it, she'll look back later and appreciate being here. And they all would, so I'm thankful for it.
Two real quick. Did you know you're going to fall on John and Chrissy?
I had no idea. I had no idea, man. When I looked back and saw it was John and Chrissy. Lucky the game was going. I had to keep going, but I was just sitting there like, yeah. I was sitting there like, dang. And my whole back was wet. John had beer all over. But lucky we friends.
And I know you're not aware that this happened yet, but your last home game, you scored 30. Dirk just finished his last home game. He scored 30.
Oh,
some sort of. I mean, how do you even explain it? He did take 31 shots though, so he had that going. But how do you kind of, if this is it for him, for you to have these moments, same day, same number, home finales? How neat is that to be part of that sort of something that cool, something that weird?
I think at this point, as I have one more game left, but pretty much is over. That's all you have. You have the moments. You have the moments to flash back to in your mind. You have video to look at. So those moments, to be able to do something like that, that's crazy. He scored 32. But to be able to have these moments throughout your career, that's what you have when you're older. And they're gonna change because I'm gonna lie a little bit. I'm definitely going to be way better than I am now, I'll tell you that. I mean, that just is what it is. But, to be able to have these cool moments, man, throughout my career, whether it was in the beginning, whether it was in the middle of my prime, whether it was in the end, I got stories to tell, and I got moments that I'll remember. So hopefully I created enough, too, for the state, for the city, for the fans here, for the young kids here. Hopefully, I can continue to be an inspiration, for them for being an individual that it wasn't given everything. The odds were stacked against them. Even when I made it to the NBA, still had odds stacked against me, but I continue to believe in myself. I continue to put my head down and work. And, I continue to stay strong in my faith and my belief that I can become and be who I wanted to be. So, hopefully I can be, inspiration for the next generation.
There's no secret. Obviously, you have one more game, but you're moving out west. You have a lot of endeavors going on. What's next for DWade? Do we see some acting going on? I mean, I know Space Jams is coming out. You're going out there. Just what's next for DWade?
A little father time. I got a lot of kids, so I got to do a little fathering, a little more fathering. My wife has an amazing career. Not all the time. I got to go to set a little bit more, support her. I actually want to rest a little bit, play some golf, get a tan. And then once I get bored, I call Lisa and say, yo, I'm ready to go to work. Let's get to it. And we'll figure it out. So I don't know what it's going to be for sure. I have a lot of things that I'm already doing, I'm already a part of. But my team will definitely keep me busy, and they'll be ready. So I don't know if you see me. I kind of threw that at them like they will be ready, but they'll be ready. So we'll see. Well, she's just talking tonight. Why you ain't talk on the microphone? Yeah, a lot to say.
Dwyane, it seemed clear tonight just how much you meant to Miami. Can you describe what Miami and Wade County has meant to you?
Yeah, I've talked about it a little bit, man, but it's meant everything. To come here and to be able to be embraced, to be able to find a home, to be able to grow, I think that's the one thing is from what I was on the court early on and Stan let me grow as a player, or what it was the mistakes I made in life, or whatever it was. Like this city has allowed me to grow, and I hope they are proud of of what they have helped me become. So this city means everything to me, and it's forever, forever, forever. Gonna be my home. And this is the end of the basketball part of me, but so much more that I want to do with this in this city. So much more that we can accomplish together. So I definitely look forward to that. All right, thank all you guys, man. And some of you guys has been here from the very beginning. I appreciate all of you, even though sometimes I don't want to talk to some of you, especially Tim Reynolds. No, but I appreciate all you guys. The great stories, the not so good stories. It's all been a part of this journey. It's all been a part of helping motivate me and all that. So you guys doing your job, and y'all do it well, and hope I did mine well. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.